Hey guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Cities Skylines. Starting off with a time lapse seems to be the new intro. So this is going to go till 14 minutes, 14 seconds or so around that mark if you want to skip. I don't know how many people actually skip. I think most people are okay with it. But you know, I think it's always nice to say just in case. Anyway, there's so much zoning to do and there's so many little bits and pieces to sort of fill in this whole new area that we built that I thought it was probably worth it to just do another time lapse. And what I'm doing right here is I was actually removing all the traffic lights on that tram road because, not all of them actually, there's a few intersections with traffic lights still, but a lot of them really didn't need them. It was just like with a tiny little laneway and it had a set of traffic lights and I was like, that's ridiculous. You don't even need that. And same with some of the crossings, I was like, that's a little unnecessary. Now you might notice there's a ton of people crossing the road just there, getting down to the ferry. So I was like, you know what, it might actually be beneficial to have an overpass so we don't have people crossing this 6-lane road that's actually quite busy. So that's what I did. And instead, so I did a little bit of no collision so we could keep that building there, but have the sort of overpass go in front of it. And then that just joins up to the new monorail station, which you saw I moved back a little bit. So we're going to be expanding the monorail track all the way to the downtown section in this time lapse as well. So we'll be seeing that in just a moment. And also all that pathway that I just had there was really, really messy. Like it looked really dumb. I'm like, why? Why does it look like this? So I just changed it up and neatened it up a little bit so it made a little bit more sense. And I go through and do a bunch of parks in this area too, in this new residential area. Like all these grids has a lot of parks that I've put in just because, I mean, the name of the series is Park Life and we just don't have that many. So I thought we should probably go through and do a few of them here and there. And that's what we do. Also, because it's just nice to break it up a little bit so it's not just houses and houses and houses. We got some parks. We don't have any huge parks. I think we need to do a really big park somewhere. We have loads of room to be able to do one, so we'll have to look into that. I'm also, in this time lapse, we do put down the soccer, well, it might not be soccer stadium, whatever, the football stadium, which I think it actually is football. Yeah, it is football. Yeah, sorry, soccer/football, whatever. Same thing. You know, look, here, okay. Here's the thing. First of all, because I know that this is the thing that comes up in my comments because I've seen it before when I put down the soccer field or something like that. People are like, it's football. I'm like, man, who cares? You know what I'm talking about. Just if you genuinely don't understand what I'm saying, then that's fair enough. But if you get what I mean, then I don't need to be corrected because you understood. You know what I mean? Like if you know what I'm trying to say, just move on. Anyway, so I thought I'd develop this little area down here, the end of the line for the tram, and then the sort of transfer to the monorail. I thought that was a good little place to sort of develop and build up a little bit, using a couple of those Rico factories there as well, right alongside that main road. I thought that was a nice little place for it. And that Gibson guitar factory. I really love that building. So that actually fit really nicely in that corner just underneath the monorail. So it's like a little bit of industrial in that area. Not too much, just a bit here and there. And now I'm putting the monorail all the way down to the downtown area, but I was really spacing out how far the stations were because I didn't want to completely cannibalize the tram. And we're going up and around. Now, the monorail does have a few pretty tight turns, so like not unrealistically tight. Monorails definitely can do that, but it's just like so it won't be like super high speed around those corners, obviously. But we kind of had to do it because otherwise we're going to be cutting across the whole of the landscape, and there'll be like a lot of houses that won't be able to be built, and it'll just take up a lot of space if we did that. So that's why I sort of followed the road and went up and around. Now, this is where I was thinking of doing the stadium. This was actually suggested. I don't know if this specific spot was suggested, but I did see a comment in the last episode that was something along the lines of, hey, you could put the stadium somewhere near the highway, between the highway area and the interchange, because it's obviously the stadium's really loud, the highway's already loud, and it's also going to be really well connected if it is right by the highway. So it's like, that makes a lot of sense. So that's not necessarily how it's going to look, by the way. I kind of just put it there and then I actually shut off the stadium. So it's not running. There's no games coming in or anything like that. It is literally just sitting there waiting to be developed a bit more. But one of the big main things we did for this is actually develop the little the World Plaza that we have down here at the front. I've actually put in the Sydney Opera House because number one, the Sydney Opera House is damn beautiful. Number two, I was like, that's a really good idea. That was another suggestion from the comments. Not necessarily the Sydney Opera House. I think the suggestion was just do an opera house, especially near the tourism area. And I think it fit really, really well in here because obviously it's right by all these hotels. We also have that sort of boat museum or the maritime museum or whatever the hell it is just over there. We have that cool like big world sculpture just in the background, and it's on this little park and little grass area here at the front of the downtown district. And I think it's actually really, really cool. I think it turns out pretty sweet. It's quite interesting. I don't know if we see it in this time lapse. I don't know if I record it, but we actually end up with an insane amount of traffic trying to get to the opera house, and it like backs up all down the streets. But I think that was just because I had just built it and there wasn't a lot of connections. But we'll see. You can see there's already a lot of cars coming along. Yeah, so we basically detail this area, build it up a lot. And, I also put in a ferry line to this area and a monorail there you go. There's the traffic coming all down there. But get the monorail all the way down there as well. So it's pretty cool. Like it's, we're trying to connect it all up quite nicely. And you can see here, I'm actually just literally zoning the entire area. I did actually change a lot of the high density housing back down to low density because I just felt that there was just too much medium to tall, like to high-rise buildings in the area. Like it looked kind of ridiculous. So I'm trying to do a little bit less and have just more suburban sprawl because more houses is more realistic than having a bunch of tall, medium and like skyscraper buildings. We still have a lot of them, don't get me wrong, but I've just sort of trying to tone it down, make it look a little bit nicer. And I think it looks a bit better now. We'll see it when we jump into the game as well, and you'll get a good idea of it. Now I was just trying to sort of frame up some of these little grass patches here so they look a little bit nicer. So yeah, it's actually a really busy area. There's a whole bunch of people that walk through here, which is really nice. It gives it a lot of life. Like it's not just like dead pathways with no one walking through it. Like there's a lot of pedestrians that want to come through. They go to the plaza, they go to the opera house, they also go to the big globe statue thing that we have, which is cool. And I'm just so glad it fits in that random area that we had. It's such a weird space, but it works so well. I was quite happy with that. Yeah, so then just turning these into like little planters and that, just putting a bunch of like little shrubs everywhere. And it works out quite well. So we actually have, a lot of the roads are actually working really, really nicely. Like there's a lot of traffic, and I think a lot of those 2-lane roads that are like the sort of parking lot roads, I might actually end up changing to 4-lane roads just because a lot of the time it's probably more beneficial to have a turning lane and a lane that goes forward than just having one lane. Because there's a lot of traffic that way. But yeah, we might change some of them. But at the moment, it's pretty good. The traffic doesn't seem to be an issue, but we also don't actually have that much stuff in the downtown area yet at all. We've basically built everything around the downtown. Like there's nothing in the downtown. It's just empty. But everything leading up to it has a bunch of stuff. So I'm just putting a couple more things there. I think that was like a little cafe for the park that I just put in. And then I'm just putting this pathway back in that I removed once I put that road in because the opera house had to be placed on a road. Oh, yeah. So this is where I put the monorail station, which I thought was a really good spot. It actually fit really, really well there. And it's because I thought it was really good because it's right next to that globe. It's right near the, obviously the opera house, and it's also right near the whole tourism area and also that boat or whatever museum it was that we had there. It's really near that area. So I thought that was a really good spot for it. And it fit quite well. And we were able to get it to sort of come around quite easily. And then we just did another monorail station here around the back. And I'm just doing a bunch of one-way roads here. Now, we actually do fill in this area back here with grids just to sort of continue the zoning. It was quite funny, actually. There was a comment that was like, when your highway interchange is larger than the CBD. It's a pretty big interchange, but I'm still impartial to it. I'm not like in love with the interchange, but I also don't mind it. You know, I think it's kind of good in a way. Because a lot of the time, if you do look at real life interchanges from above, they're not always like perfect, like clover leaves or like perfectly stacked interchanges and all that. Even when they are, they can look really, really messy and it can be quite ridiculous. And I think it actually might work quite well. I'm going to leave it there for now. And here's the thing: if we ever do end up changing that interchange, it will become smaller because there's a lot of stuff that we can compact down quite a bit. So I think if we leave it as it is for now. If we want to redesign it, make it neater, it will end up being smaller anyway, so it's not like we're going to run out of space to be able to change it. So I'm quite happy with it the way it is. Yeah, so that is where I put in the little ferry stop right there. And I think people actually do use this. We'll see in the game in a little bit. Oh my god, trying to connect these things is so hard, by the way. But then I actually realized I had the toggled snapping off with Anarchy. It took me so long. I was like, why isn't this working? Why is this so difficult? But yeah, I don't connect this ferry to every stop because I'm not connecting every ferry stop to every other one because that'd be ridiculous. because then it'll just become this weird infinite ferry line system. But it does connect directly to the zoo, and I think, yeah, directly across that way as well, which I thought was quite convenient. And I don't think we go up the coast. I was thinking I might do one that goes up the coast to the one that's like further up, but I'm not sure about that just yet. I left it unconnected. And just going through and zoning in the rest of this area. I think we pretty much zone the entire area. And then obviously we do a few parks as well. Like like I said, I did leave plenty of room for parks and all of that. Because the thing is, we actually had up to 70,000 people at one point. And you can see now we're down, like before this, we're down to like 63,000 now. That's when we had all those high-rise buildings. So we had a lot of people, but it just didn't look good. So that's why I got rid of it all. And then we lost a lot of people. So there's actually a huge lack of workers in the city again. And actually at the end of this time lapse, I think we have a huge death wave. So when we jump into the game, there may be a little bit of an issue with people dying. But, you know, as is the way with City Skylines, these things happen. It doesn't, there's not much we can do about it other than just bear with it. I was trying to put another sort of soccer field here, a football field, but it didn't really work. It didn't fit. Even with leveling the terrain out, it didn't quite fit. Then I tried some rugby. It didn't fit. So I was like, all right, forget it. Let's do baseball, because that's just an actual building that was just going to flatten the whole place. And then I thought we could just do like a little rock retaining wall at the back. That looked quite good. And it was a nice little area to have a baseball field. And then I think we already have, we have the soccer stadium just over there already. So that's quite good. Yeah, so that's just a little park area. I don't think there's any park gates on that one. It's just an unofficial sort of one. And I'm just doing a little bit of lane management here, because as you can see, a bunch of people just piling into the one lane. Because a lot of people did want to turn left, so I actually provided 2 left-hand lanes instead of just the one. And I think we still have smart traffic AI on, so they should be pretty good. Like, for the most part, when you look around the city, they are actually pretty good at using all the lanes. Because I think that's because I still have smart traffic AI on. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I thought all the way down the coast here, up to the next ferry stop, it would be a really nice idea to do a quay all the way along. Because it seems like this whole side of the bay is way more built up anyway. At least that's the idea. So I'm just turning that whole waterfront basically into a park. That's exactly what we're doing with it. Though one thing that I do find a little bit strange about this whole like waterfront section is we have this huge 6-lane road, and it's almost exclusively residential. If you look at it, like except for this part here with the offices and commercial, then the rest of it is houses or high-rise apartments. And I was like, that's probably not completely realistic. I think I might have to put a few stores in there and remove some of it. That's pretty much all I did with the waterfront there. I want to do more detailing on it, obviously, but I just left it for now. Because I was like, I need to zone in some more of the space up here. Just playing around with one-way roads, because I imagine that this area will be quite busy. So pretty much all of this area that I'm zoning now is going to be high density, so apartment buildings, offices, commercial, that kind of stuff. There should be quite a lot of people in this area. So hopefully, between the monorail and the tram, we should have a good public transport network. I do still need to get the train over here. I did actually plan on. I don't think that will bring the train right into the downtown. But I did actually plan on building the train, like even just build, because we still need to bring the train over this side of the bay. Like we haven't even done that. That's what I mean. I did plan on doing that during this time lapse, but then I never got around to it. I was busy doing other stuff. So originally that road was, if you remember, was going to be exclusively going to the highway, but I felt like it connected really well up to this road, so it was kind of dumb not to just have these 2 roads connect. So we've got that in there. So now it's a little intersection. It shouldn't ever be too busy though. Like there's just people using it to get to the highway. It's not really going anywhere else. It's still pretty much a highway road. So hopefully it should be fine. I don't have any worries or concerns about it. But yeah, we're doing some pretty standard sort of grids through here. Like these roads aren't curved at all because it's not like a suburban environment. It's gonna be high density. So we have these straight sort of angular roads, which I actually think look really cool. And I think it will look really cool when it's all built up. Also, you can see the death wave rolling in now. People are dying everywhere. I'm trying to find places to put more crematoriums just to deal with it for now. And we're just going through and zoning all of this section to just fill all of this in. I think, well, not most of this is built up, but a lot of it does build up. Yeah, like I said, we haven't done the stadium yet. I'm not sure if that's how it's going to be, but let's go ahead and jump into the game now. So here's the area, sort of mostly filled in. I think actually it is. I haven't zoned that. It was mostly filled in. Everything that I zoned anyway. Yeah, so it's mostly all houses. Like I said, I changed a lot of this area here. A lot of this area changed down into just houses because I thought we still had too many. I think even now we still have too many. I probably want to change quite a few of these down into smaller buildings. But for the most part, I think it looks a lot better like that. We need probably some more medium-sized buildings through this area here a little bit. But other than that, I think it's coming along quite well. Also, it just annoys me how these stupid IT cluster buildings, there's like 3 different designs and they use the same one. Look, we have the same building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Like right there. It's so dumb. It's so annoying. But anyway, so the monorail, I think it's actually working really, really well. Well, there's no one there. Hang on, let me click on the actual monorail. 66 people got on, 128 people on it right now. This one is heading down to the current end of the line. I don't know if it will go further. I mean, it probably should. To just get through like the downtown area. But yeah, so it goes around this corner nice and slow, stops in there. 48 people waiting, that's pretty good. And yeah, so this is the main new area, which I think, well, it's the same area as before, but I think it's pretty nice now. It's sort of more finished off than it was. So, having crime issues there? Really? I mean, I guess a police car just needs to go there and then it should be fine. Alright, so what we want to do, we basically have a lot of commercial and industrial demand. I think there's a lot more space to zone still. Now, I was kind of leaving this as green space, but I don't think we need to anymore now that I sort of left that area there. Although, I guess it is part of the gardens. Wait, where does that go? Oh, that is there. Okay, fine, I'll leave that. I would like to go... Probably there. We could do some high-density commercial right by the sort of highway. Well, I say highway. It's like a semi-highway is what it is. Even through here as well, there's a little spot. Let's get that filled in. Don't want to waste no spaces. Yeah, so it's pretty much going through sort of zoning stuff up. But back over this way, yeah, so this is... I actually really like this area, like the way the roads are laid out. They can actually turn out pretty cool. So for the most part, it is going to be residential. I think... I don't know if I want to zone... I think I want to leave most of these roads alone at the moment because I don't know if I'm going to leave this. So the reason... it's so weird at the moment with this road, but the reason I did this is because when a bunch of traffic comes to the stadium, which they inevitably will, they're going to sort of back up down the road. So I sort of try to... Instead of just connecting it here or like there, it gives them a longer stretch to sort of back up down the road a little bit more. And then it sort of goes out one way this way. The reason I curved like that was to join the intersection that was already there between the transition. So that's why it looks weird. And that's why I'm also not sure that I want to keep it that way. So yeah. Now, I think we can probably zone... I think, well, we need more medium-sized buildings around here. Maybe we should actually just have a look at some of these commercial buildings that we have. See, that's not that big though. We need like big build... No, what is this building? That's new. Well, new that I've seen. Oh, hello. It's very red though, that building, isn't it? There's some like shopping centers in that, I guess, but they don't look that good is the problem. Best Buy. So none of these are that big. So we have... the problem is that we don't really have any like sort of skyscraper buildings. Is this like a weird number? It's kind of cool. But I feel like this almost needs to be like a centerpiece building. Like it needs to be somewhere special. Like it could be downtown. Or it could be over here, I guess. The monorail is kind of in the way though, so it'd have to go like... Actually, could it go in this block here? Might actually be able to fit in there. I don't know what it has around it though. So if we put it there, that could be a good like sort of medium-sized building. Obviously, we have to move. Let me put it here for a second. It just has concrete around it. It might actually work. Hang on. So that is a high school, I think. I'm gonna move that. Apparently, that doesn't even count. Oh no, it's because I guess I'm moving. I'm gonna move it up here. Put it underneath the monorail there. Right. So then this, I have to demolish that because it doesn't actually count as a movable building like it originally did. Oh, there's a crematorium there as well. I need to move all this. There's so much stuff just here. Let me prop anarchy. Sure, go over there. Okay, that's gonna go there. Then we're gonna get this out. Now we could probably go this way. Interesting. It's a kind of cool building to have there. It's something a little bit different. I think so. Then that's like a good transition from that kind of height of building going up there. I think we need something a little bit taller through that way and probably through here a little bit and move these bloody millions of the same building as well. It's because it's all the same size zoning. Hang on. Can we just please change this? Because it's just terrible. It is absolutely terrible. Give me some different buildings there, please. All right, so then that's good. I like that. I like that building. So this has 100. Oh my god, 160 workers. We don't have that many people. That's kind of the issue with these buildings. I should have changed the default default amount of people on that. Also, can we get some like buildings not zoning on top of it right there? Do I like not have collision on or something? I should do. I don't know why it'd be off. It is on. I just didn't really register as the fact that hey, you can't actually build on top of this. So there you go. Go away. It's pretty nice. Oh, we got a lot of people walking through this park, which is good too. I think it's free. I think, yeah, I think most of the parks should be free. Some of them don't even have gates to them, so they don't even really count as a park. Pleasant Garden. No, it costs $12. Wow, people actually pay to get in it. Wait, what park is that? Pleasant Garden is... Oh, that's this one. The one with the Opera House in it. Interesting. Whoops, I think I just added... That's forestry industry. Cool. Okay. Let's get back to normal. I mean, not that I'm ever going to have industry there, but I didn't mean to do that. Right, this really should include the Opera House and probably include that little place there. What is this anyway? This is the... Yeah, it is a boat museum. Okay. Anyway, now the Opera House is part of Pleasant Garden. Ah, isn't that nice? So pleasant. Now, this is most of the downtown area. Like I said, it's pretty much empty right now. That's going to require some special care and attention, but I think the transition to the downtown, I think this is starting to look really good. I think I really like that. Okay, so what was I doing? I don't know. We need like medium-sized buildings. I don't know what I was actually doing there. I've forgotten. This could probably work. This is a good mid-sized building, but I think it needs to go back here a little bit. It's a bit too... It's a bit... Oh, actually, this is a bit better. Oh, hello. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, can this go right here? Okay, let me turn off Anarchy, actually, because that will... Assuming I can actually place it on the road, it will be a good... Okay, no, never mind. Never mind, I have to use Anarchy. Okay, I'm going to put it there. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. Now, I think what I was going to do is add more housing because I wanted taller buildings. That's good. That's a nice, like, sort of... Like, it is a little bit lower than that one. I mean, it doesn't have to be a direct upward sort of slant, but I think that's good. We don't have to keep going up all the way through the middle here. But if another taller building in the middle of this somewhere would probably be pretty good. Nothing crazy. I think is that... Oh, that's this one. This is... See, that's too big. I don't want to go... I don't want to go bigger than those buildings over there. It should be smaller, which I think most of these are probably going to end up being bigger. And I did see comments about... we should probably only have modern buildings in this city. Which... Also, we probably should move that TV station because I don't think that spot really makes any sense because it's going to be surrounded by these super tall buildings and which just like block the signal. So I think maybe a good place to put it, maybe even over here somewhere. Can we put it like here? Oh, that'd be really cool. Up on top of this little hill. Yeah. Does it fit there? That'll be a really good spot. That, and it kind of looks cool there as well, I think. We'll move it up a little bit though, because it's sort of sunken down a bit. Alright, so move. Oh, I already had move it. Move it up so it's like level with this. Now, as for connecting this to a road, I'm not sure which road that's going to be, but we'll figure it out in a second. So that's going to be, we'll just level it out with the station for now. It's all the same height. Okay. Now, we could bring this road down here. We could probably zone most of this space here, actually, if we're lucky. If I do this, I reckon we could... Like, there's some zoning tiles there. And I think we could probably do custom buildings on it and it would work fine. Oh, okay. Damn it. Why did it demolish the whole road? Why did it have to demolish the whole road? I was going to demolish to about there and then sort of connect down to that one. Yeah, okay. Now we bring this up because it's a little too low. Then this will come up around the corner. Like, it's a small road. It's not obviously not going to be huge. But it does give us the ability to build on it, which is great. So this can come here. You know what? I'm going to go straight road. Now we could go underneath back here even. Let's just go down the side of the building like this, but then move it along a little bit so it's not actually clipping. And then we can keep this here, have some other building of some sort there. This can come underneath, go over this way. I don't know where it's going to, but it can connect. Ooh, I wonder if we can just connect to this. Ooh, nice. That's good. Because then that antenna does have a pretty good reach by the looks of it. Like it's obviously not the highest point, but that's pretty good. I mean, it is right next to a bridge, though. I don't know if that's a good... You know what? I don't really know. It looks cool, though. So that's all that I'm concerned about. All right, so that's going to go there. As long as it looks cool. Hey, that's all that matters here. And then if we can get some small buildings on this, like nothing intense, but it's like a factory there or something. Oh, not a factory. It's like a warehouse kind of thing. Like we would need really small buildings. Like, is there like... I don't think I really have that many small, like... Oh, this is... See, that's a really cool building. And I think that's really, like, fits really well with this sort of area. I think if we just, like, even move these closer together like this, then it will just look like one building too. Like, just one building on a slope, which is kind of cool. Oh, that does go there. This actually works. I don't know. I mean, to a decent degree, it kind of works. Now, I would like it there. We can get it there with move it if I put it there and then just literally just move it there. It'll work. And then maybe we need something else in the middle. Unless we just put this one here and then just have a little building there. That's bigger than I wanted. So like a little building that could just go in the corner. There's all commercial buildings as well, which, I mean, ideally is probably not what I would want, but also doesn't really matter. Do that. Seafood grill. Okay, if you want to go up there and get some seafood, you can. Hey, it would have a good view, I guess. There's that. Anyway, I think that's kind of cool having those there. I don't know, we need to do some more stuff around there, but I think that's just, I just wanted to get that out of the way because it didn't really make any sense over here. Now, I probably, to be honest, want to leave that as a park because it is a nice, like, big green space right in the middle of all these buildings. So we're not going to zone that in. We do need a lot more, I believe we need a lot more workers. Well, there's a lot of dead people, actually, so I don't know. Well, I thought we had a lack of jobs. Not a lack of jobs, a lack of workers to fill the jobs. Though I don't know that that's true anymore. It didn't really look like it. Looks like we just mostly have dead people. Which, I mean, take it however you want. So we're going to do that. We're going to get some commercial... Ooh, I don't want to go too far down that way, though, because I really do want to leave that for... Now, actually, along here. We'll do some commercial and then offices. Because it's right along the highway, like literally next to the highway. I don't think I want to do too many houses in that area. Then this can be... This back area here can be housing. Just lots of apartments, really. Like, a lot of apartments through this whole area. Like, it's mostly residential, as you can see. Like, right by the CBD as well. Would be super convenient. So that's all going to go there. That should be quite good. That should fill in. Let's have a look at good old traffic. As you can see, it's still pretty good. And I'm pretty sure it's because we have smart traffic AI on. If we turn that off, I imagine the city would, like, fall apart, like, almost immediately. I hate the fact that that's all the same building. It's so annoying. How's that monorail going, by the way? Let me actually have a look at the line. Make sure we don't have any uneven stations with loads of people. And the trains aren't too empty. That one's full. That one's got a lot of people. But it's like... It's a pretty good... pretty even distribution of the trains over the network. And the most empty train, I think, was... that one there. Which, I mean... It should fill up in a bit anyway. But 15 is still pretty good. If that's only one train. The next one was like 45, like, which I'm pretty happy with. So that's pretty good. That's really, really good. We have 14 trains on this line. By the way, that line is like the longest thing ever now. It goes from... Hang on, can I just get... You know what? Can I... How do you do this? If I go to the monorail... Does this one? How do I... Why only one of you monorail? Can I... I guess if I do this. Okay. Because I just want to go through it and only view monorails. So we do that. And then the train line. Ferries can go away as well. Actually, you can't even really see those. But anyway. So if we go monorail line... What one is it? 1. The longest monorail line, by the way, 24 stops. I think it's the physically longest too. I don't know how far away... Oh, whoops. I don't know how far away we can actually see it from. Okay, well, we can trace it, though. Okay, can I just have the stops? I don't have a big thing about it. Can I? Why does it have to be so big? So it starts... Well, let's say it starts here. I guess it starts or ends here. Then it curves up, comes around, stops there, comes further around. So as you can see, I actually did try and space these stops out quite a lot. At least these two. These three here are a little bit closer together. But these are sort of more for transitioning between the tram. Like, this is a good stop here to get onto the tram. To be honest, we probably don't need that stop because it's kind of just down the road. Wait, where do the trams stop? I think, oh, the trams also stop in the middle. So there is an additional stop in between. Those are probably a little too close, but that one's good because it sort of takes you away the other side. And then it sort of skips a bunch of stops, reconvenes with the tram sort of there and back in the city. Anyway, so we go there, come across the bridge, jump over this way, go past the good old Broadwater roundabout, come up here, then we sort of branch off down the bottom, through the middle, through Heathcote, down along the waterfront on the other side of the bay, coming all the way around, eventually ending up down at the zoo. So it's like literally, you can see the start and end there and there. Like it's pretty close to itself. It'd be cool if we could somehow get it to loop around, but there's just no way without building a bridge because these can't tunnel. So it's probably not going to happen. It'd be nice, but you know, it's just the way it is. Anyway, turn all these back on. I guess I probably didn't need to turn all these off, but I more just wanted to actually turn... It would have been nice to turn off the tracks. Like the... can't see them now. Like just hide that and hide the purple of the trams, but I don't know how to do that. Or if you can even do that. Alright, this is looking pretty good though. And the skyline I think is starting to take shape. It's nice to see that most of those buildings have changed now. Like we still have I think 4 or 5 of the same building. But at least from this angle, it doesn't look nearly as bad. Especially with the little opera house there. Look at this. If you get the angle of the opera house right here, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I think it'll look really different though when we have a bunch of buildings behind this. Because at the moment there's just nothing behind it, but there should be a bunch of buildings there soon. So gotta look out for that. Now, how's this going by the way? Is this 160 workers? Damn. Okay, so there's probably a lot of people commuting to this. I don't know how they're getting there. Hopefully it's okay. 80 workers. A lot of these buildings are pretty heavily occupied. Now, I think we could probably use a taller building in the middle. I think that's what I was trying to aim towards. And then we never really got around to it. I guess we could probably put the building where the TV station was. No, I don't want to go tall. I don't... Oh, we had... Hang on, I had a building that did look okay, didn't I? Like this one, maybe. This isn't too tall. Or what else do we have? We got this. Actually, this one's pretty good as well. Slightly... Okay, let's say slightly taller version, but no, it's huge. I think this one's good. So we could put... No, you know what? It's probably better to just put it on this side of the road. If we just put it there. Does overlap the police station there a little bit, but that's probably okay. So that goes sort of in the middle. It's not too bad. So you get a decent sort of height rise there. Got some of the sort of tallest... what are those, residential buildings? Or is that commercial? Oh, that's an office. That's an office, okay. A couple of tall office buildings there as well. Nice! Okay, so that's coming along. Yeah, we still have a serious issue with garbage in the city. We can never bloody provide enough, I'll tell you that much. There's a huge like garbage center here, which is probably creating so much traffic of all the garbage trucks coming out here. Also, I don't really know why all these industrial trucks come down this way. Like, go this way. It's going to be quicker. Like, this road, isn't that road 30? I guess maybe if you start here, it's probably the same... It's really quicker if you go that way. I guess that makes sense, but I really don't like trucks coming down this way. The only way to stop it is just to demolish this road. Which I guess I can do. But it just seemed to make sense to have a road there. But if they're going to treat it like that, they're going to use and abuse my roads, then I'm sorry, I cannot support that initiative. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Now this is mostly going to be garbage. There's more garbage here. Because we need a lot more. I need a lot more. There we go. And we'll anarchy one in the middle there as well. Alright, how's that doing now? Like, we've been in the orange, or I guess in the yellow, of garbage processing for the longest time. Like, we just don't have enough. Now, the real issue with me sort of focusing all garbage processing here is that we basically just force all of them to come from here. And it might be driving across the other side of the city. It's not great. I mean, look, it's not all focused there. We do have some spots there and there. Up there as well. A little bit there. A little bit over here. I might actually do a few more over this way. Because just why not? A couple more there. It's already an industrial area, so it's fine. Oop, autosave. We have a couple in the middle there as well. The problem is these do pollute quite a lot, so I only really want to put them in industrial areas. Put some over here. Maybe a little bit out this way. Out here with these guys. There you go. Just a couple there. All right, there we go. Got plenty. Now, power, water. Ooh, on the edge of those. That's the problem with, like, massive expansion. Oh, actually, the other thing I want to change, which... Oh, I guess I already did. I haven't replaced it, though. Is... Oh, wait. Unless... No. Hang on. Hold up. No, it's still there. University. That's not going to stay there. We need to build a proper university campus. We need to have, like, a prestigious downtown university campus for sure. And I think that could probably go maybe over this way somewhere. Maybe like here in this sort of nook of the interchange, because maybe that nook can be the stadium. This one can be a campus because it's close to the downtown. It's also not in a super desirable area, but if it's like a campus or something, it doesn't really matter. It'd be close to the highway as well, which would be nice. Although, I guess we should probably do a highway exit and entrance over this side somewhere, because we've got one there. And I guess one in the, oh, I guess you probably don't need another one, but we should probably have one down here somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to leave this part here. Let me know what we're thinking, what your thoughts are on this whole side now of the bay. Like, this is really, like, look at this. Really, really built up now. Especially with the CS1 right here. Look at it. That's actually really, I love the, I actually really like the TV station being right there by the bridge. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh man, look at this place. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.